Every system needs believers, every story needs heroes, and every kind of money needs someone to lose. Now, we were raised to think money was neutral, a fair exchange of value, a simple ledger that rewards effort. But if that were true, why do the hardest working people own the least of it? And why do those closest to the creation of money never seem to play by the same rules? Now, maybe money was never designed to be fair. Maybe it was designed to keep the illusion of fairness alive just long enough for you to stop asking who built the game. Now, I just quickly want to chuck this in here in case you haven't seen it. This is a free course of mine and it's called Sovereign by Design. Now, if you want to come and check this out, what I'll do is link it down in the description below. See, they told you to go to school, get the job, climb the ladder. But they didn't tell you that the ladder was leaning against their house. Now, Fiat doesn't reward merit, it rewards proximity. Now, the closer you are to the printer, the less the rules apply. You're told to earn, and they're allowed to create. Now, the rest of us chase scraps of yield in a system that manufactures scarcity for the bottom and abundance for the top. Now, this isn't economics, it's architecture. See, unfair money is brilliant by design. It keeps you hopeful enough to comply, tired enough to obey, and distracted enough to repeat. Now, it feeds you a narrative of equality, while quietly adjusting the denominator beneath your feet. Now, you think you're saving, but you're saving in something that they can dilute at will. And you think you're investing, but you're investing in their permission to stay included. Now, fairness isn't profitable, but predictable dependency is. See, imagine being born into a game mid-round. The scoreboard resets every generation, but the rulebook never changes. Now, your parents tell you to play fair, to work hard, to be honest, but the house edge compounds faster than honesty can. Now, that's the inheritance that no one talks about. Not money, but belief. Belief in fairness, belief that effort equals outcome. Now, it's comforting, and that's why it persists. See, every Bitcoiner remembers the moment it cracked, when you realise money isn't earned, it's issued, and when you understood that inflation target really means controlled theft, and when you saw that the same system that praises productivity also punishes saving, that's when the instant fairness dies. Now, not with anger, but with clarity, because you stop expecting justice from design, and you start designing your own. See, money doesn't have to be fair to be truthful. It just has to be honest about what it is. Now, fiat pretends to be stable while eroding, but Bitcoin makes no promises beyond math. One hides its bias in policy, and the other reveals its bias in code. Now, fairness was the bait, but truth is the exit. See, for the first time in history, value exists without permission. A monetary system that doesn't care who you are, only that you play by the same rules. No insider access, no hidden levers, just scarcity, which is transparent, verifiable, and indifferent. Now, that's what fairness was supposed to mean all along. Now, not equality of outcome, but equality of rules. Now, the truth hurts because fairness felt safe. It gave you someone to blame when it's broke. But when you step into the world of honest money, you lose the luxury of excuses, because you can't blame the system anymore. You become the system. Now, freedom is heavier than fairness. It demands responsibility instead of sympathy. See, the death of fairness isn't the end of hope. It's the end of childhood. Because we don't need fair money, we need truthful money. Because truth doesn't need managers, and honesty doesn't need inflation targets. Now, fairness was the myth that kept you compliant, but truth is the compass that sets you free. So stop chasing fairness in a rigged arena. Stack truth instead. hold what can't be edited, what doesn't apologize, and what treats every holder the same because it has no idea who you are. Now that's real equality. Not engineered, not promised, but earned through understanding. Because money was never meant to be fair. But for the first time in history, it can finally be honest. Now, one last time, I'm just quickly going to chuck this in here again, Sovereign by Design, and if you want to come and check this out, what I'll do is link it down in the description below. Now, if you've made it this far, and if you're not too sure what to watch next, well, I have this playlist for you just here, which you can go ahead and binge watch if you enjoy watching my content, or if you just want a quick single little video, you can watch this one just here, recommended to you by YouTube.